We go. There we go. All right, so welcome. Let's really quickly, I'm going to do a on-time drawing. So let's really quickly grab a couple of winners, shall we? We have Doris Wigglesworth. Congratulations, Doris. Send me a message, not here on the chat, but on Facebook, and say, hey, I was the winner, and here's my address, and I will pop a prize in the mail to you. And then we have Jennifer Lombardi. So congratulations to Jennifer Lombardi as well. Send me a private message on Facebook, not here in the chat, and say, yay, I was the winner, and I will pop a prize in the mail to you. So congratulations. I love having you all on here. Winners show up, right? So a couple things. First, before we go into anything else, I wanted to, while I had you all on here, just ask, does anybody have any questions? I know we're getting really close to Jubilee and there's been a lot of like chit chat and chatter. And does anybody have any burning questions that you want me to answer? I know that we've grown a lot since we've had a version of Jubilee that looks like this one. And so it's going to be a little different. If you've joined us virtually before, this will not look the same as it did before. It will not be the same kind of virtual. It'll be very different. If you've never joined us in person or you're joining us in person, that will obviously be new. And if you have joined me in person before, well, then just hop on the train. The crazy is about to start. Does anybody have any questions that I can answer about it? I know there's a little bit of anxiety and fear that goes along sometimes with events and things when you don't know what to expect. And so I would love to just maybe subside any of that might be out there. Is there anybody that has any of that?
I saw somebody post asking if there's a team dinner any of the nights.
Yeah, so I know what that's in reference to. So that's in reference to the last, I think it might have been our last in-person Jubilee. Tupperware didn't do a fun night. We're doing a fun night this time. That's what we're all getting dressed up in, the Mardi Gras or Carnival or Carnival or whatever, whatever your poison is of choice. And so because Tupperware didn't do a fun night, and I had a lot of really sad people about that, I opted to do a rock on fun night, which was very fun, probably more fun. We probably were more fun if we're being honest, but the reality was that was a lot of work on my part, like a lot of work. And by a lot, I mean like times 100, a lot. And while I'm always willing to do lots of work for you guys, Tupperware is doing the fun night this time, so I don't have to. So I can actually just put on a costume and show up. Yay me. So no, I'm not doing that this year because there will be one. Hold on just a second. Hey guys, can you take the party outside? Thanks. So anyway, no, but that it wasn't really a team dinner. It was me trying to right the wrongs of Tupperware, if you will. So yeah.
Okay, I just didn't know if we were like invading a restaurant or something, or meeting in one of the common areas of the hotel and ordering pizza or something like that.
Yeah, I mean, we can certainly do that if we want to, if there's open. I need to go look back at the schedule. If we're being honest, I haven't really totally hold on just a second. Hey, Braxton. Remember what I asked you? Sorry. Thanks. Go upstairs in the media room, but I need quiet down here, please. Thank you. Yeah, we can totally crash some big common area if we want to. We can have fun. The rub is that if we crash a common area, we are a popular group. And here's what you'll find. If you're new to Tupperware and you are going in person, if you're not going in person, I'm going to tell you right now, you're going to have jealous feelings. And I love you and I'm sorry. And I try not to be angry about your jealous feelings. Be happy and just use them to power you to go next year. The reality is that you're going to feel like you're missing out. And if we're being honest, you are. Like, there's something, people need people, and it's really fun to hug each other, and you'll see that, and you'll see a lot of it, and there's nothing I can do about it. It doesn't mean I love you any less because you're not there. It just means find a way to join us next year if you can. I am doing my best to include you guys that are virtual, that aren't going to be with us. We're all going to be wearing matching shirts on the same days, right? So we'll be wearing them in person and in virtual. We'll all be on the same, we have that rock on Jubilee page, and that page has, I mean, it has no rules. Like you guys can post like crazy people if you want to. I don't really care. It's different than our regular pages. Mind you, if somebody gets negative on there, I will delete it. I'll shut it right on off. So I'm like, I got no time for that on any page. So let's just be real abundantly clear. But I don't know the 2023 date. I'd love to know things, but the organizational skills of Chapoir lack in that department sometimes, Stacy. So as much as I would love to plan for it too, yeah, I got nothing. I can tell you that a lot of times it's the first or second weekend-ish of August. That typically is where it falls. So if you can avoid the first couple of weeks of August, you're in a better shape. We did have one time where it hit the very end, like the last day or two of July by nature of where it landed, but that's unusual. It's usually right at the beginning of August. So let's see what else. What else would you like? I think it's not just about dates. It's also about commitments. There's only, I think, 2 or 3 venues in Orlando proper that can handle us. Our event. We want a hotel with a meeting center, and at one time we were bussed back and forth from the Orlando Convention Center, and it was a nightmare. I hope to never repeat that again. So we need a place where the convention center is built into the hotel. My favorite one is honestly the Shingle Creek one, but they have to sign contracts like ahead of time, and they this is what they told me. This is kind of funny, but if a like bankers convention or whatever wants the dates before we get them secured, a lot of times those guys get priority of us because those old men go drink really expensive whiskey in the bar. I'm not kidding. This is literally what they told me. And they buy a lot more alcohol and the hotel makes more money. Like, what, like, isn't that the most random answer on the planet? But I'm not kidding you. That's actually legit answer. We don't drink enough, apparently. I'm not kidding. Like, I feel like we could solve that problem. I don't know. But anyway, I think we're just not drinking like, scotch in the bar. So whatevs. But anyway, so yeah, that's the sidebar. But so sometimes the dates have to do with what kind of contracts they've got. And they'll sign like a 2 or 3 year contract with a place. But see, then COVID hit and we were in the middle of contracts. Then I think they lost all the contracts and they had to start over. And so, yeah. Thankfully I'm not the event planner of that, but anyway. Okay, so what time are we allowed into the convention area? I know if we register at 11 a.m., can we get to the room before? Can you get into your hotel room or can you get into the convention? They won't let you into the big rooms. That'll be all shut off. Sometimes and I can't speak to, we have a totally different administration right now from when the last time we ran Jubilee. And so I can speak to what my experience has been, but remember it was 3 years ago that we had an actual Jubilee in person with completely different corporate. And so I can speak to what I remember, but I can't speak to, there's some people there that are still running the same stuff, but it could be different. I don't know. A lot of times there's a hallway that has stuff that you can wander around in and see, but the big, huge convention room, they don't let you in until the time that it starts. Usually they let me in a hot minute before so that if I want to run and put things on your seats or stand up on the chairs and act like a maniac when you guys are coming in or whatever, I can, which I typically do. So you'll find me screaming from some whatever. But anyway, I have not heard that they're requiring any kind of COVID testing or proof of vaccination. That is not, I feel like I would have known by now and I have not heard any of that. So, it is in Florida. So there's that. That should right there speak miles, right? So anyway, any other questions? Did I miss any questions? And let's see. I'm just scrolling through to see if I missed any other questions. Have I decided which day we're gonna wear which shirts yet? No, I got to figure that out. I'll tell you beforehand, but I just haven't figured it out yet. Also, just as an FYI, will I be streaming anything that is not being made live by corporate? Yeah, that's a big ask because I have a cell phone. And if I stream, I have no more cell phone, battery's dead. So, and a lot of times too, in the convention halls, we don't get the kind of Wi-Fi service or cell service that we want. They're very hard. It's hard to come by. So a lot of times when we're sitting in the big, huge rooms, our connectivity is very low. So, Lacey, you can't find anything that's not R-rated for Carnival. I mean, you can search like Mardi Gras and find fun stuff like that. Like I have, I can tell you guys what I'm wearing if you want to know what I'm wearing. This is so like 5-year-old Kirsten. I've always wanted one of those t-shirts that like, okay, so you're gonna all laugh and we'll just laugh together. You know those t-shirts that have, it's in the other room. In fact, Kirk, can you grab it for me? What? That t-shirt on the end of the island. It's black and it has a heart and it's got LED lights in it that move to the music. So when Tupperware is going boom, 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 my shirt is going to move to the music. I've always wanted an excuse to buy one of these shirts just to see how they work because I'm 5. For Cunningham, I can see your face right now and I can see you laughing at me. So this is what it looks like. If you can see it, can you see it? It's like a heart, but it has a battery. I always wanted to know how they work. So now I had an excuse to buy one. Has a battery pack in it and it goes through a whole, it's about this. I always was like, how would you wash that? You'll ruin it. It's Velcroed. The heart is Velcroed on. There was different forms of this. I got a heart because I love, and it's got like a hole through the back. So it like fishes the cord through. And so your battery pack comes through, but you Velcro off the heart when you wash it. So that's going to be on my shirt. And then I'm going to have some Mardi Gras pants. And then I have like, what did I do with them? I have some Mardi Gras earrings that just arrived here. Thank you. So it's not rated R. That's going to be the extent of my craziness. I realize that some of you will go much crazier and you are certainly welcome to do that. That's about where my crazy ends. But it's like when you walk into a Tupperware room, Jubilee, like if you can't handle loud noises, make sure you bring yourself some earplugs or some like the kind, get some good ones where you can still hear, but it dulls the music because it's like a freaking rave in there. Like they play the music so loud and my shirt's going to be going boom, 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 boom. It's going to be so awesome. So like, I always wanted one of those shirts. So now I own one. See, I'm 5. There you go. Anyway, so that's the extent of my excitement of that. It's not rated R, but you can, you guys can do whatever you want to do. Like it can be carnival, Mardi Gras, like that. It can be whatever. I think that like everybody has their own version of what it is and there's no right or wrong. Is there any other questions about Jubilee before we move past it? Like, don't be scared if you are coming in person and you're nervous. Don't be nervous. We're probably the most welcoming group on the planet. But they did Cindy, send me a private message on Facebook and we can talk about that. I did order a few extra Jubilee shirts just in case there was any problems to try to help solve any problems. So if you are one that has a problem, please I can't handle 100 messages. So if there's 100 problems, I won't be able to solve them. But if there's a couple one-offs, I do have just a couple extra shirts to try to navigate any problems that might be. Usually our seating is numbered. So like we sit together, which is really cool. So we have from this seat to that seat and it's like a chunk of us. I did find out how many people there are. 740 people registered for Jubilee and we have 117 of them. So we are officially 1/6 of all Jubilee. Yeah, baby. That's what I'm talking about. So like Rock On is in the house. So that will be really fun. And those of you that are virtual, pay close attention to our Jubilee page because there's a high chance I might run some fun challenges and things. And you might just, hear about them while we're out and about. So anyway, so pay close attention. Just because you're not there in person doesn't mean I won't be challenging you. So yeah. And like I said, so the difference between if you watched last year's virtual and this one is this is going to be, there's 117 in person. There's a lot more than that in virtual. I don't have the exact number of virtual, but 117 in person. This year, the virtual will be different because previously the virtual was you were watching people with a green screen behind them try to pretend like there was an audience in front of them, but there was no audience because they had to pretend. This time you'll feel the energy in the room because it will be streaming live what is actually going on, and you'll hear the people scream in the background, the people being us, and you will they'll be, you know, running around on the stage and doing all the crazy things that they do at Jubilee. So I don't know if we're the largest group. I don't actually have any idea what who's the largest or not or whatever. I just yeah. So anyway, I just know what we are, and we're probably one of the largest. I mean, we are cool like that. So so anyway, hugs all around. If you want a selfie, feel free to run up and take a selfie. I love selfies, so I'm always down for a selfie, so don't be shy. And I'm always down for a big hug. So for those of you that are in person, and for those of you that are virtual, I will send you big virtual hugs. But if I could reach through the phone, I would do that. But maybe next year, right? Okay, so any other questions before I move on? I just wanted to talk about it because I know there's a lot of people and there's a little bit of anxiety, and I just want you to know, like, we're one of the most welcoming group. Well, we are the most welcoming group that there is out there. Let's be real. We just love. So even if you don't know anybody there, you will be a part. And the thing is that all of your friends will look like you. And that is something super beautiful. You will look around and you will know who are your people. And that makes everything, better, right? Because all your people are there. So anyway, so that's the skinny on Jubilee. If you I do all 3 days on purpose because it's nice to just look around and know who your people are, and you don't have to like guess or like try to look at somebody in the face and then like try to look at their name tag and then try to look at their face. You can just see a shirt and be like, those are my people. It's great. So anyway, that is the Jubilee stitch I wanted to just talk about really quick. Let me pause the recording real quick. So